growing up with generations. And I'm going to do that by telling a bit of a story. So I want to digress a little bit, and it's a story about me, but it's also a story about people like Auntie Fanny Carter, Karen Coombs, and Auntie Carolyn Briggs, and the extraordinary and enduring contribution that they've made to community life and also to the growing up of young Indigenous folks and Indigenous students, particularly at the University of Melbourne. So I was a 17-year-old kid. My father was an agricultural labourer. I've lived in about 20-odd places across all the agricultural labouring country, from Tasmania to somewhere in New South Wales to somewhere around central Victoria. And at the age of 17, some time ago, I decided that two things were repelling. One is that I didn't want to live the poor way that we've been grown up, and I didn't want to be an itinerant labourer, like my old father and his old man and all the generations before. So for me, the way out was by some time I had the idea I was going to become a doctor. And I was going to become a doctor by going to the University of Melbourne. I've done that in the self-extraordinary whatever belief that you have in yourself at the age of 17, in a family that never finished school. So that's what I did. I drove down the road from Bendigo when we were leaving and saw that rear view mirror in Bendigo and thought that was the best side I'd ever seen looking back, and came down to Melbourne Uni. Melbourne Uni at that time was not a university that embraced diversity. It was not an university that even understood what it might be to come from a public school. So I landed at Melbourne Uni in Faculty of Medicine on day one, and as I discovered, this is a faculty of nearly 280 kids, about 20 of them come from public schools, about 15 of them come from country areas, and I was the first Aboriginal kids to go to this university. Now, you have a self-belief when you're 17 that you know the world. In fact, a lot of things, one of the reasons why I ended up doing medicine was my mother told me I shouldn't do that. So my teenage self-rebellion was to become extraordinarily conservative and stay up. But there were a number of people that I met over the years. But one of the things that kind of was extraordinary was the conservatism and the racism that was around us. And I'd never become aware of that until we went to our first animal health class in secondary medicine. And there were three folks who were talking to medical students about Aboriginal health. Now, the backwash of that in the classroom is this muttering around how dare they talk about land rights and this is racist and blah blah blah, and this kind of extraordinary kind of ill will to the folks that were talking to us. And I went home and I have a distinct memory of that day thinking, where have I landed? And thinking dreadfully that I couldn't survive for the next 6 years. Now, Kevin Coombs was one of those guys who was actually giving that lecture. And it was probably a fairly brave thing to do because it was an incredibly unreceptive audience. This was 1983.
Yeah, actually.
So, and here he was plugging away, kind of trying to talk about why Koori health, Aboriginal health, was so important to a bunch of medical students who really took the toss. Now, I later on went to my second job. First job was actually working for the health service. Second job was working for Kev when he was running the Aboriginal health unit in the health department, the Koori health unit, and working with Kev around thinking about what teaching materials we could do around Aboriginal health. He's always shown an interest in that, and the sort of thing that you saw on the screen, it's not just new. this has been a man who's been committed to this for 1982. How many years is that?
A lot.
32 years, 35 years, 34 years. Caroline, Auntie Caroline, sorry, was also hanging around us young students at the time. And there came a time when I was about 2 years after that I'd taken a year off and I was working with Kevin and I decided that I didn't want to go back, kind of putting there, kind of dealing with the stuff around medical education and so on. And she just reminded me now, I think she's gone. She took me up to Sydney and she drove all the way telling me about why I need to stay in medicine and become a doctor. And that's a kind of generosity that is so extraordinary and it's so transformative, particularly at a time in the university when, as Johnny Harding described the experience, Johnny's a playwright and poet, the experience of being an Aboriginal kid in a large institution, a bit like being 11 Cocoa Pops in a large packet of glass bottles. And that was our experience. And we could not have survived that if it wasn't for the sustained nurturing that we got. And the other person I should call out is actually Johnny's mum, Eleanor, who used to spend her days going around looking after the parkies and making sure they had good food and then coming out and looking after us more as students. So I just want to, and it's a very long story to actually get to the point. The University of Melbourne, as fossilised as an institution as it is, in a very glorious way sometimes, has a way of honouring people who have made extraordinary and outstanding contributions. The one award that we give to people, not just from our academic community, but who have made extraordinary contributions to our academic life, but also the life of our institution. And we've made this award about 30 times. It includes the first Vice-Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor of the University. You don't have to be alive to get this award. The first Vice-Chancellor of the University and several of the kind of leading academics and intellectuals, former registrars, who've made kind of what we think is an enduring and sustained contribution. I'm really pleased to say that this Sunday, one of those awardees was Uncle Kevin Coons. Frame him up now because it is an extraordinary contribution. It's an enduring contribution. What you saw here was just recent. This has been going on for 32 years. So thank you.
Pretty bloody dead, Could you put your hands together for Ian and Uncle Kevin, please? That concludes the speeches and things, except for one thing, Jules. I am going to take you home to your country when you find it, and I'm going to shame you up in front of your elders, and I reserve the right to be the favourite uncle, which incorporates a 10% tithing fee, any gigs you do for the rest of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. It's a great honour for me personally. It's a great honour for us as Wilin and as VCA MCM faculty. It's a great honour for us as Melbourne Uni to conform this access point to the wealth and power of a collective voice. We're very proud of our RAP plan, we're very proud of the things that we're doing, we're very proud of the pathways that we forge, and we're very proud of the fact that we get to honour some of the greatest elders this nation's ever known. So thank you very, very much. I'd like to get you to put your hands together for yourselves for being here and for being so brave as to step across the cultural abyss. One thing I will say, when you step into Aboriginal affairs, you get bruised up. You get bruised up while you're there, you get bruised up in the wallet sometimes, and you get bruised up on the way out if you're silly enough to leave. Thank you very much, everyone. So, I just want to announce this band before we go. They're going to be rattling out a tune. Where are you, Jules?
Yo.
Yeah. You're going to tell them a bit about your band before we...
Yeah, well, I've got some good friends, Zeb Vescio and Sonny Agusti, joining me on the drums, and we...
Going to do a tribute to Richard Franklin.
Yeah, it's going to be a double album. It's going to be the early years and the later years. So thanks for being a part of it, and for all your support here tonight as well. I really appreciate it on behalf of everyone. Thank you very much.
So we'll move some of the chairs out of the way so that the band can set up. But please don't leave. And the other thing I would like to say before you make a move is that the work of the Wilin Centre is on the walls all around you, and many of these pieces are available for sale. And if you don't buy them, you are missing out on some terrific, wonderful art. Take a look. Take a punt and buy one of the artworks from the Wilin Centre's graduate